Welcome to Kerah Speaks, where the truth runs deep. Faithful, healed, and free. Real talk, real growth. Let the Spirit speak, stories that set you free. Becoming who you're meant to be. Welcome to the conversation. Kerah Speaks.
Welcome to another episode of Kerah Speaks, the calling series where I talk to fellow creators who have answered the call to create. It is less about what they do and more about why they do what they do. If you can go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video, like, share, and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by my birthday, which is in September. Okay, so I know y'all can go ahead and get it. I'm trying to get 1,000 before the end of the year, but let's go ahead and start with 500. So subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Also, if you are watching on YouTube, go hit that QR code on the video. You can see it in the corner of the screen. You go to kerahspeaks.com. You will get 15% off my new merch. Okay, that's only for a month, so you got to get it while you can get it. Okay, also my new book, Healing Cost Me Everything, is also on my website. You can go ahead and hit that up and get all the things that you need. Today's conversation is with someone who took his vision, turned it into something real. Terrance Walton is the founder and owner of Black Rose Clothing, a brand built on identity, creativity, self-expression. But what stands out about him isn't just what he's building, it's how he chose to build it. He is somebody who understands what it means to move forward, even when support isn't always there. And he stays committed, even when, his vision is about what he really wants and while he's trying to figure it out in real time. In this conversation, we're going to talk about purpose, resiliency, and what it looks like to create from the ground up. So everybody, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, my friend, Terrance. What's up, Terrance? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Blessed and highly favored.
That's good. Birthday is in September like mine, so
Fellow Virgos. So we know
Virgo
a little.
baby.
That's right. So we know a little bit about doing things to perfection.
Correct.
You know all about that.
That's the perfect term.
Doing things to perfection, for sure. So tell people what you're building right now.
So I'm building a brand. It's a brand of people, not a brand of color. So don't get misconstrued with the Black Rose. Yes, I am the founder and CEO of this brand, which I started back in 2020. The purpose of starting this brand was, as an artist, I like to do a lot of artwork, creativity, but I wanted to bring it to real life, but I didn't know how at one point. So, a lot of things that transpired in life, which the loss of my mother, number one, then my father, then my brother, my younger brother. So it took me down a deep path for a while. So it's like, yeah. So it came with a lot of substance abuse, with alcohol, depression, a lot of things that took place. I had to get out that slump. Then you start looking at ideas of the name for it, the brand itself is Black Rose. A lot of times you look at a Black Rose, it's more of mourning or death. And there's a twist to it. It's an upside to it. It's purpose over adversity. So anybody that's been through anything in life, you are that Black Rose. So that's the purpose of the brand.
I like how you flip that. I like how you change the narrative of what you see in a Black Rose, because it means something different to you, because it manifests differently for you in your life. What were some of the things that you had to push? What were some of the things that you had to push past internally to get to this place?
Depression, number one. You had to see things for what it was. Can't question God a lot. And open my eyes to things to where, I have kids, so I have to move forward with that. So a lot of times you have to dig deep, find a way to cope and move through life, because life gonna always move no matter how long you stand still, they're gonna move around. So life is still gonna revolve, the earth's still gonna spin. So with that, you have to dig out of that. You got to find that will to just want to get out and find something that's meaningful to move forward. So it's like, I know I wasn't an alcoholic, so it was like, but that was something I used to numb and cope through life every day. But that wasn't me, and I knew that wasn't me. So by changing that mindset and knowing what they would want from me, and not alcohol, usage at that heavy rate. So I was like, you know what, no, I can't do that. And a friend of mine hit me up, and a few people did, they got me out of that slump, and help me pull out and push forward. So that was definitely something I had to do.
So when did you realize that you had a calling to create something?
Just knowing who I am, as an artist. So I was like, you know what, let me do something to reflect on things that I've been through and how I was able to transition from that to now. That was pretty much the calling, just knowing who I was. I'm a person of purpose.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna face adversity. So being a person of purpose, always gonna find a way to. You're gonna find your niche. You're gonna find something, and that's what I found.
So do you feel like you fully stepped into your calling, or you still growing into it?
Oh, I'm definitely still growing into it. Is learning everything, learning every day. It's a process that'll never end as being as a student. You have to be a student of this every day. So
yeah. So you say you're an artist and you're a person of purpose. So an artist, that can be a lot of things. Are you multifaceted? You're a jack of all trades. Most Virgos are. We know a little bit about a lot of things. And for me, yeah. So when you say you're an artist, so why clothing? What other things do you feel like you create besides your brand?
Because I like, as an artist, I do drawings, and you see a lot of fashion. Everything's moving. Art is moving into fashion, and so what's a better way to express what your passion is through other than clothing? So, and that's what I chose to do with
Do
that
you
name to
design?
stamp and move forward with.
Okay.
Yes,
You design everything.
yes, I do all my designs on my everything.
Okay. Do you have a
So
team, or do you have people that you look to give you ideas? I know as a Virgo, we don't really like that too much.
nah, I mean, I no, I actually, I kind of like pick the brains into the updated fashion world. So I look at different things, and it's crazy. Like, it's one music artist I always look at for fashion, and that's crazy. It's Chris Brown.
Okay.
I
Why
always look
Chris?
at Chris. I'm like, let me see what he got going on. He's a fashionable guy. Honestly, nobody
Okay.
can take that. Besides him being one of the greatest musicians of all times, he is a fashionable guy. And I'm like, man, that's dope. And then, you look at other things that, in the world, what they bring. Like, a lot of people look at to where they're at now versus where the world is at now. It's a difference. So if you're looking into like, well, out where we are at, if you're just looking into this area and say, I like this type of fashion, but that fashion is different from the West Coast.
Yeah.
That's different from the North. That's different from the. or overseas. So you got it's fashion everywhere. So you have to open your eyes and your brain to understand that you can create something that everyone would like, and not just pick something to where you like or where you are and what they like. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's
How
that's
would
good.
you describe your brand style? Because if y'all don't know, y'all listen, Terrance be putting that shit on, okay? The boy be clean. All right, so you trust and believe that his clothing
uh,
is clean too. So how would you describe it?
yeah, I look at it as you can wear it sporty, dressy, you can wear it classic, or it's a diverse style that you can really work and blend into. So the classic tees you can wear up under a blazer.
Hmm.
It's just something you want to have clean at the same time that you can actually dress it up to, or dress down, or make it sporty, make it beneficial for both
Yeah,
genders,
yeah.
if that makes sense. Or
Mhm.
female wear oversized boxer style tee because they wear the shorts with them, or everything. Women
Mhm.
like the baggy side style now, so it is in the it's the thing now. It's the it. So it's like, okay, I can do that. So
Yeah, yeah. How would you explain your creative process? What makes you say, you know what? I think I want to make that. Just like you got some new stuff coming out. I saw on your page some Kango hats. What makes Terrance go, you know what? Let me think
yeah.
about this. Because I know you said you get your inspiration. You like Chris Brown and some things he got going on. How do you get what inspires your creative process? Yeah, go ahead and show them. Yeah, let them know.
um yeah, I'm gonna show a little something, just a little bit. Um it just I like to deal with different art. I like all kind of abstract art and different things that you can bring together. Like my son draws as well, so he's an artist. So soon there'll be some brand with his artwork, some merch with
Okay.
his artwork on it as well. Um, but it's just a creative thought. I just see something, I just look at it and be like, okay, I can recreate that, or I just come
Hmm.
off something on the top of my head and just say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna make it flow. Like
Yeah.
dealing with graphic tees, you can do almost anything with them, but it has to make sense of what you're
Hmm.
doing. So that's why I
Yeah.
do. So it's
Yeah.
it's more of it's not thinking a thinking process where I sit there and have to ponder long. If I think of something, I do it, and then if I think of something else, I do it. Then I just try to like see which one I'm gonna drop first, second, third, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop this later, or I'll see this. Okay, I'm gonna do this later. So it's more of a I do it pretty much on the fly,
Yeah.
not much of
Yeah.
a real process.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is your passion?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a passion without being me. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something I love to do. So yeah,
Yeah.
still
So
a student again. It's still my passion.
right. I feel you. So when something is your passion, as a creative, we always want people to, understand us sometimes. But people don't always understand
Right.
a person who's a creative. How do you get support from people that are close to you? Is it important for you to have them see you as a creative and to share in your creative process?
It is. It feels good. They say, oh yeah, because I like my circle of people that actually are close to see things in its steps to get to where it is. They give me honest feedback. Hey,
Mhm.
I don't think you should drop that right now. Or they look at something, or we'll pick each other brains, and I say, yeah, this is what I'm coming out. Oh, okay. So it's very helpful when it comes to that, and it's very appreciative because it keeps me balanced when it comes to that. Because me, I can actually have my brain scramble here and there, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it helps
They
you.
help me. It's a great support team when it comes to that.
That's good. So do you do you need to be understood, or are you okay with being misunderstood sometimes when you are in that creative space?
It's definitely okay to be misunderstood because we're not robots. So,
Yeah.
we are two different people, two different gender. We can be the same gender, but we still two different people. So
Hmm. Yeah.
I may not understand what you're doing, but at the end, as you continue to move in the process, you'll eventually see, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So trying to be understood sometimes can drive you out of your element of your creativity.
I agree. I
So
think that's a good point. That is a good point, because you're going to be listening to naysayers. How do you deal with people who doubt you? Because I'm pretty sure you probably
but
experience a lot of doubt, lack of support from people who say, everybody got a clothing line, everybody making t-shirts, everybody doing this, that, and the third. How do you handle that?
be different. It's nothing I dwell on because my biggest supporter is not from my area.
Mm,
That's the crazy part about it.
mm,
So it's okay. At first, it used to bother me like, y'all don't support me like that. But then
mhm.
at the same time, I'm like, am I trying to be local or am I trying to be global?
Period.
So, you know, dealing with that, I know what I can do. I know what I can bring to the table. And I'm big on quantity, uh,
Mhm.
quality
Yeah.
over quantity. I don't have a million pieces just to say I'm throwing merch out there. It's how long this can last with this customer. How this feel to this customer, what it looks like to this customer. Does this customer grow to it? It's a lot of people don't grow on this stuff so fast. And when they
Mhm.
do, and they see your vision, no matter what you put out, they love it.
Yeah.
So it don't really move much on it because I'm still doubted. I'm
Yeah.
still underrated, if you would say. So
Does
I
that
like
give
being
you
an underdog
drive? Does,
though.
does that give
I
you
love being
drive
under.
and motivation?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yes, a whole lot. That's why I do what I do. That's why the new merch is dropping. I do what I do,
You better plug it. You better plug it.
and it's still
Um,
fine.
what what does support look like for you?
I mean, it can be like shares. It can be more support. It can be you can just
Mm,
say I like that. Hey, T, keep going. That's support. It don't have to be monetary.
yeah. Yeah.
Because it's gonna sell itself.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the dollar signs because my passion sell regardless. So if it sells, I know I've sold it to that person, not monetarily, but I sold the business to them, my art, my creativity. So they're gonna buy it regardless. If they
Mhm.
like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. You know, we don't
Mhm.
all order the same drink. That's how I think about
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah. Do you ever get in like a creative slump where you just say, I ain't feeling it today?
oh yeah,
What do you do to come out of that?
oh yeah, your brain. Anybody say that they say they don't. Yeah, it because it can get overwhelming. Sometimes you can get too deep into it, and you don't allow
Mhm.
your brain to just reset. And so
Mm,
yeah, you get to this. Like I've been to where I went weeks without
mm,
doing nothing because I have a lot of artwork aside in my my catalog. So it's like I can chill for a second and then pick it back up, and go into what I have and then say, okay, do I want this or do I want to create something different? But
mhm.
you can't really take too much time off. Season changes fast. So while
Yeah.
summer is here, now I have to work on fall. I have to start on fall winter now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think change for me keeps me motivated. Constantly, things constantly change
mhm,
because every time something changes, I get a new idea about something. I feel like if I'm not getting no more ideas, I'm not gonna be motivated to keep going.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So, and you're also a veteran. You want to keep that in
Yes.
mind. Yeah, I think that plays a part in your tenacity and your grind. How do you think being a veteran and having that military discipline helps you in your creative process?
It actually helped a lot because before then, I was just a normal guy. Wake up when I wanted to, did what I wanted to. Motivation, but the motivation I had was in the wrong place. So when you go on that force, that military force, it puts you it breaks you into a different character. It brings out the person you're supposed to be or how you need to be walking in life. So, you know, I can go to bed literally at 2, 3 in the morning, still wake up at 6:30. It's like it's
That's crazy.
clockwork. I
That's
do
crazy.
that
That's crazy,
every
man.
I do that
Look,
almost every day. And it's on
listen,
weekends. No
we need
matter.
our sleep. You ain't no spring
So,
chicken.
I feel like I'm a spring chicken. Don't see you trying to slick this and that. Yeah, I see you trying to put something out there. Look at now. I'm still young. I'm nephew still.
Big on, big on.
No, no, no. I'm I'm just slowly graduating into the art stage. I'm looking.
I don't know about that now.
Man, come on now. Don't do me like that.
We
We're
got
a
to
little
be
seasoned,
truthful.
we're a little seasoned. A whole lot of pepper, sprinkle of
Yeah,
salt.
yeah. A lot of salt, a lot of pepper.
No, sprinkle a lot of pepper.
All right,
I want
okay.
to keep that black as long as I can.
All right, a sprinkle of salt. You right. I ain't gonna play you like that. You got a sprinkle of salt. That's true. That's true.
Right,
so,
right.
so how?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how do you stay grounded in your vision?
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie, man. These bills, these bills keep you grounded. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. You understand? These bills keep you grounded. I'm telling you. Yeah, so and it's something I still love to do. So, but yeah, them damn bills keep you
You know what?
grounded, man. Yeah,
That's a very real answer you just gave.
yeah. That's the best and pretty much almost the only. Especially you started something, so now them
True.
bills not gonna stop rolling. They're gonna keep coming in.
That's
You still
true.
gotta pay internet. I mean, well, your website stuff. You gotta still do your LLC. You got all that stuff has a bill yearly, monthly, however you want to call it.
Mhm.
Then on top of your regular bill, then you got your merch bills. You gotta always purchase. You gotta make money to recycle money to keep money to push money back out. So yeah, these damn bills.
I know that's right. So speaking of your vision, how do you protect it? And have you had to distance yourself from people in order to protect what you knew was your purpose?
Whew. Sheesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And was
would,
there any grief in that?
yeah, I would, get into it, but I'm not gonna get too in depth because me and him have reconciled differences,
Okay.
and so I don't want to shed too much light on it. But yeah, it was. We had a big misunderstanding when I had a business partner
Mm-hmm.
left real quick, and we end up, like I said, parting ways, and then we didn't talk. It was for a while we didn't even speak, and
Mm.
then I just ended up, trying to. I broke the ice. I had to call it even and let it be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough having a business partner, but yeah.
Yeah. And then you realize you just had to go out and do it on your own.
Oh yeah, because I started this from like literally the ground up. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was no information, going blind, using overseas vendors,
Mm.
learning how bad that can be. Yeah, so it
Trial
was
and error.
a whole lot of trial and error. It was the stuff, the merchandise was coming in wrong. I lost a lot of merchandise because it was wrong. Understand that you can't. You can dispute it, but you can't really you can't sue them.
Mm.
So if you lose merch, then you just lost money.
Damn.
Dealing with customs, if you got a big order, you may have 4, 5, 6 boxes, but only 2 of them made it to you, and you got to wait another 2, 3 for the other one to come in. So,
Oh.
and now that the tariff hit, my shipping from then over there used to be a good rate, no more than 200, but now it's skyrocketed to like 400 to 600.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was like, no, and that was recently when I learned about that, but then I had to cut that out completely. But thank God I had, the issue in the beginning with the overseas merchandise vendors. I found 2 or 3 stateside manufacturers. I don't have vendors, I have manufacturers now. So
Yeah.
that's the plus side of it.
And with all that going on, did they ever make you feel like you want to give up? Have you ever had a moment where you wanted to give up?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah. How'd you push past it?
Absolutely. Man, listen. Because I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. So that was just something I just couldn't do. I'm gonna see it all the way through or just don't start at all.
Right. I feel you on that.
I just felt like I just
So
need to go ahead and continue where I started. Because it wasn't nothing to quit about, It comes with the territory. You ask for a plate, now you gotta eat.
I hear that. I hear that. So what does your brand represent beyond the clothing? What do you want people to feel when they wear it?
That they have that purpose. They are seen. They are understood. They have something to look forward to, and it feels good to them. They see it. That's the biggest thing. They see it. A lot of people. It's even better when I hear the younger teenagers like, man, I like this way it feels. And it's like when you coming out with some more stuff, and it's constantly, almost every other day. They haven't stopped yet. So it's like that's a good feeling when you hear that coming from somebody younger, way younger than you in the teenage phase. They're just asking that. So it's a great feeling with it. So
Yeah, because they picky. Them young kids picky. So it's amazing to have people, especially people from a different younger generation, to like something that you have created.
right,
Yeah.
you're
Does
right
that
about it. They're big.
so knowing that, you got to keep going and give the people what they want, does that feel like pressure or does it feel like purpose?
Nah, it's never pressure. Nah, it's never pressure. It's definitely purpose. The pressure was when I wanted to start. The nervousness is like,
Yeah.
being scared to start. But that wasn't that was the pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is definitely all purpose here.
Yeah. Sometimes I know especially because you said you have a lot of things going on, and sometimes you got to take a break. I know sometimes you feel like you're being pulled in, different directions, and over time, especially after you came through a depression and you started this brand and you kind of walked into your purpose and calling, probably different versions of Terrance probably emerged over the years of
Right.
while you were creating. What version of you do you think you had to let go of in order to get to this place that continues on and continues to move forward and not give up?
Discipline. Discipline.
Yeah.
Because prior to this, I'm not gonna lie, I was highly undisciplined. I was just moving along. I was where the wind blew, and that's where I was. But being disciplined creates you understand that your lane is your lane.
That's right.
And once you learn that, you can always navigate how you move, only how you move, and not crashing into somebody else's side. So that discipline is. So
That's a fact. What does growth look like to you right now? How have you grown aside from the discipline? What is growth? Growth of your brand, growth of yourself, just growth in general.
For me, myself, it is focused, more focused, grounded, um, more appreciative of a lot of things, um, which help with the brand itself. You know, the growth with the brand. Man, when I say it started to, like I said, I like quality. So the growth from that, I'm gonna speak on that from that perspective. But getting things that were not fitted to everybody,
Yeah.
material that great, the cheap vinyl to now I'm screen printing, submade embroidery. That's I said that growth stretch was like, yeah, it's like almost in dog years. It went that fast, so it just
Yeah.
had to learn stuff. And but to help this business elevate, I have to have focus, stay grounded, and being appreciative of what I have in front of me. So
Yeah.
that focus definitely kept me.
Yeah. So with all this clarity that you got now, this understanding, this wisdom, what would you tell yourself at the beginning of this journey?
Do not be so quick to I want to put it in a way because I know I said it. Don't trust someone else's version of you or your brand before your own.
That's a good one right there. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
So
one for sure.
I allow, I allow that to cloud judgment, and that's how we ended up in that position we was in to where we end up parting ways. So I take fault for that 1,000,000%. So
I like that. I like that. If first of all, let me say this. What does it mean to you to walk in your calling? What does that look like?
that was very ooh, there's so many words you use. ah,
You
I'm
want
just
me
gonna
to?
use it's confidence.
Okay, looking
Confidence. I'm just gonna
okay,
use confidence. That's good.
okay,
Very confident. Very
okay. My brand is faithful,
confident.
healed, and free. My brand is faithful, healed, and free. So, my faith is a big reason why, I created this brand and doing what I'm doing. Where does your faith come in your creative process and in your growth?
God is always first. Always. The
Yeah.
moment I wake up with these two gifted eyes right here, I say a prayer. Before I lay them down, I say a prayer. So God is always over everything. God first.
That's right.
Everything.
That's right. So, in closing, if you had to talk to somebody who might be looking into going into fashion or just starting anything from a place of purpose, what advice or what would you say to somebody who feels called to do something but is hesitant?
Just do it. It's a lot of people that I have that. I've actually have a lot of people that actually came to me about it. And like I told them, it's not being scared. Being scared and saying that, you're not going forward with it is not courage. The courage is to be scared and do it anyway. But in all sense of that, if they need guidance with it, I'm going to give them everything I know for free. I don't charge nobody for learning the game. I give them from A to Z. Everything I learned, I will give you the actual platform. I will actually help you find that manufacturer. So that's something I'm always open and willing to doing. So I like that. I like doing that for the people that's actually trying to start and feeling discouraged at one point. But when they just saying this scared money don't make money, but all money ain't good money either.
You know what? It's interesting that you said you're giving the game for free. A lot of times when people get off the ground and they finally make it, they tell people, I came from this and I can show you how to do this, but you got to pay me for this because I put in all the work and I ain't gonna give this knowledge away for free. So I think it's very commendable for you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna reach back and I'm gonna help somebody and I ain't gonna charge you for it.
Right. I don't believe it because that's how it was for me. I didn't get in it. I got a crumb of learning this industry, and it was like the moment I got it, then it was like, okay, you pay for the rest. So I'm like, but you gave me this, you might as well give me the rest. But it was like, okay, don't worry, I figure it out on my own. There's a lot of things you have to learn about this. It grows every day. You have to learn every day. Mm-hmm. So for me to sit there and see someone start, and this day and age, nothing is cheap. Everything is high. So it's like, why would I charge them something that's taken away from their investment in themselves?
Right.
So if they got to pay, it's going to prolong them starting. That's so right. Why not just give them a class, give them the game, show them how it's done and how they can start this business without having to spend a whole bunch of money, and let them grow on their own. Because no, not everyone uses the same manufacturer, but I guarantee you, if you use a manufacturer, I may use the same one, but we have a different market audience.
Right.
We have a different target audience.
It's not going to stop me from making money. It's
we
not going to stop me from making
money. No, they print money every day, so it's not going to stop me. So it's like, you may be for a certain purpose with your brand, and I have a certain purpose for my brand, and you still going to sell regardless. You never seen Tommy Hilfiger stop selling Capolo selling. You never seen Gucci stop selling because Prada. Somebody's going to like it, but you going to buy Gucci and you going to buy Prada. So what's the problem with buying Faithful, Heel, what is that? Can't see your shirt. So what's feel free. So what's the purpose? What would stop them from buying your merch and my merch?
Right.
They can buy both and be satisfied.
I agree.
Yeah, I will give them the game for free. I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't hold nothing.
Yeah. Somebody once told me before when I first started creating content, people feel like the only way you can grow is by going vertical. Like you got to go up to the highest person. You got to collab with somebody who's above you. But the way you grow is lateral. You grow with people who's equal. You grow with people who's doing the same thing you doing. That's how you grow, and that's how we make each other better. I ain't got to go reach to the top and try to grab the biggest content creator, try to collab. I can get my people who also creating, who are also growing, and we can grow because you're gonna get the exposure. I'm gonna get the exposure. You're gonna bring your people. I'm gonna bring my people, and that's how we grow.
Right. And they have their own ladder, so all y'all can climb that ladder together. So yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good way of putting it.
Well, that's all the time we got today. First of all, let the people know what you got going on. Because first, let me tell y'all about Terrance. Terrance is a serial entrepreneur. That's what I'm going to call him. This man got clothing. He got hats. He a party promoter. Okay, he doing all kind of stuff. Okay, so if you live here locally, you're probably seen one of his parties around here that you have probably been to. So go ahead and tell me everything that you got going on.
Well, besides me being a military contractor on Fort Benning, I also am a football coach. I do host parties for my brand, but I make sure the city enjoys it. I do have my own clothing brand. I am a director of events and programs of the Teen Impact Society, so I do help the youth a lot. Football, Teen Impact Society is my youth program that I help, and that's what I like to do. That's what inspires me. That's what keeps me humble, because it's all about them. They are the future, and we are now.
When do y'all start up your games again?
Opening season is July 15th. If you want to join, if you have kids that want to join between 5 and 12, go to Blazers Exposure Youth Athletics on Facebook. Right, Pop Warner team, which is a national program, but we are part of the South Georgia Pop Warner. Go to Blazers Exposure Youth Athletics or Blazers Exposure Football. You will see our actual social media, which is Facebook, is mainly what we are using on the platform. You want to sign in, we have an April special of $220 for your registration fee. April only. After that, it's $250. So get in there, get them babies in there, sign them up. We are, and I'm telling you, look, we are very firm when it comes to scholastics. Their schoolwork have to be on point.
That's right.
They have to be, their discipline is going to be definitely. Then it's football. Football will never come first. It's always about that. How you handle your schoolwork, how your behavior, your character is every day at home and in school, walk life, and then football. So don't come to me and thinking you're going to play with all else. I'm going to suspend you. I'm suspending you.
Y'all heard that, parent?
You won't play.
Kids got their grades right, or they ain't going to be playing no ball.
Nah, I'm suspending them. I don't care about it being youth football. They are getting suspended. Trust, that's my son.
Is there anything else that you might want to leave the people with, a little nuggets? Anything else you want to say?
Be ready for Black Rose clothing. More to come.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank my guest, Terrance Walton, for joining the Kerah Speaks the Calling series. I got many more creators that I'm going to be talking to. If you want to be on the show, reach out to me and we can set something up. I'm always willing to talk to people who are operating in their purpose and just want to share, what they got going on. I am all about making sure that we are collaborating with each other, leaning on one another, and supporting each other. Because, at the end of the day, all we got is each other's support, okay? And as a creative, that's all you really ask for. You ask for people to see you. You ask for people to show up for you and just meet you in that creative space. So y'all can go ahead and go to kerahspeaks.com, where you can get all my merch and my new book, especially these shirts, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch the podcast or listen to the podcast. It's Kerah Speaks, the podcast on all streaming platforms. And I'll see y'all next time right here on Kerah Speaks.
And support her.
Follow this podcast and connect with me at kerahspeaks.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kerah Speaks.